So today's question is, can someone with zero coding experience actually use Claude Code or similar to build stuff now? So my question is, has AI assisted coding reached a point where a complete non-coder can give it a project idea and get something functional out of it? Or do you still need to understand the basics to guide it properly, catch its mistakes, debug, etc.? I'm not trying to become a developer, I just have a few small project ideas and I'm wondering if tools like these are finally good enough to bridge the gap. Curious to hear from people who've actually tried it, especially if you started from zero. Thanks in advance. So to make this long story short, the short answer is it depends. But yes, indeed, you can start actually building stuff now. And I'm going to go over a few ideas. So can you actually build with AI? In short, yes, you can start building. But the thing is, you mostly want to do personal projects, especially when you're just starting out, and like prototypes and hobbies. And the part that's going to be super hard to do, especially if you're just starting out, is production apps where you have to handle user data, and payment systems where security is crucial. Now, as a simple 5-step process of actually building with AI, first thing is you should start super small. Just research the actual thing you want to do. Make sure it's just one simple task. Maybe you just want to automate one thing. So it can just be organize your folders or build simple things. Once you figured out the research you had to do, you might want to go into learning how to actually prompt the AI. So nowadays the AI is pretty smart and understands the context of your question way better than it used to, but it's still a good way to understand the prompting advantages and disadvantages. One of the key main aspects you will find out is after you start building, everything will start to break eventually because you don't know the actual scope and the architecture of your build. And then also the AI might actually fail with the code it's trying to do. Always try and make sure you ask it why and see the actual issues to make sure you solve them in the future. Once you get past this point, I think it's super important to do a security check in which you should learn how to protect yourselves and how to protect the data and the apps you're actually making. And then once you figure this out, you only know the limitations of your actual skills and what tools you need to add to your arsenal. So here are some actual examples of people that didn't have any coding experience. One person that was a doctor, he was saying he literally was paying freelancers about $200 a week just to tinker with his Python scripts for his business. And now he's just simply using Claude Code and basically started to save out around dollars per month. There's this guy that had a sim racer wheel, and apparently the company he bought him from started providing updates for it. So what he did is he literally reversed engineered everything and made a custom script that let him use the actual LED across multiple games. Then there's a soccer dad that was coaching his 10-year-old, and he actually built an app in 8 hours. It helps him do drills and not have to look at his phone. Basically, he did something where he uses like an ear pod and then has certain sounds come in at certain timings of the actual drills, and then also has like a big speaker or something where it just activates at certain times, which is pretty awesome, especially for doing this in just 8 hours. And then there's also a sales guy that actually had to do a bunch of Excel work, and it used to take him hours, and he literally just built a custom workflow automation that he can use on his actual business himself. So these are actual real things that people actually build, and there's tons of examples like this. It's just you can't really build everything just yet without actual zero code experience, but you can get pretty far, and as you add tools to your arsenal, you'll be able to build more and more. So to bring this home, think of it when YouTube DIY tutorials just came about. It was literally like you could actually start changing your oil from not being able to do so. You could literally just watch like a 5-minute tutorial and you'd be able to actually change it, or like they would show you like how to paint your room, like simple tutorials, or like just build a desk, and you can easily do those. Well, what you couldn't do is rewire your full electrical panel just from a YouTube DIY tutorial. This is back when DIY tutorials just came to YouTube. Then also it was probably impossible to build a full house from scratch. So that's pretty much the analogy I'm trying to bring here with the AI coding, in which you can try to automate files for you. That would be something you could do with AI right now. You could build personal app, you could build prototypes and ideas. Obviously this is for people that don't have coding experience. So just one of the key aspects here is know what you can do and know what you can't. And that's pretty much the whole point of this video. If you want to see more and learn more about this idea, I have a video that covers this topic in more depth, where it takes you from all the stages you might want to go through, get to the level you want to be at.